Doop 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 doop. Is it echoing? Can you hear it? Better tell me. It says that it's playing.
Whatever we do, change comes.
Is it echoing?
Comedy.
You better tell me now.
Our imperium and it's coming with the rapid degradation
Of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It is how will we cope with this change? Will
we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world in the new humility?
and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. Ooh. Oh, good. There's no echo. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. This show is an abomination, and I don't even know why you show up to it, but thank you for showing up to it. Make sure you hit that like button. I know I ask you guys every single day, but, you know, I don't know if you actually do it. Actually, I do know if you do it, and I know that you don't do it, so it is what it is. Yeah. What's today, man? Another day. It's been a few days since we've been live. Figured I'd take a nice little weekend off and enjoy myself. Wondering what the future is going to hold for us. And also, I went to Best Buy today and I was like looking around at headsets and stuff because this shit's broke, bro. Look at this. So broke. Like I gotta keep like snapping it back in there, but there's like a piece on the inside that's busted. And I tried to find the piece to fix it, but I don't think that they sell it. And then I went and looked at whatever the updated version of this was. Because remember, I bought this like 5 years ago. I bought these in 2018. You remember that shit? That's how long we've had these things. So I guess, you know, the Steel Series stuff is pretty good. I mean, you know, the metal parts didn't break, but it's the plastic on the ear cup that busted. But I looked at the new version of it. That's just like $320 fucking dollars, bro. Like, I don't know why that surprised me because that's how much this one fucking costed. But that's the thing, is where we have to do the cost benefit analysis. Is that 5 years ago, the stream paid for these, and then they lasted for 5 years. So, you know, what's $320 divided by? Wait, actually, I don't know what the proper math is. I'll figure this out. So wait, so there's 5 years times 365, which is 1,825. Okay, 1,825 divided by 325. Ah, yes, $5 a day, or a little less than that. Yeah, 5 cents a day, 50 cents a day. Okay, so yeah, it looks like, you know, I guess they worked out pretty good. Hopefully, the new versions of them will end up working out a whole lot better, but who really cares about it? Not me. But then again, this is the best worst show on the internet, so we have to have the best worst shit. Although, I don't know if this mic is the best mic or whatever. Everybody always uses the Shure M7s with their MIDI controllers, and then they got soundboards and keyboards because, you know, they're trying to have like a professional setup and shit. And me, I use all like the USB stuff, right? And for the most part, everything's been working pretty good. But I don't know, man. I don't know where the world's going to be settled in just a few months, guys. It feels like there's going to be a lot more happening in the world. We got breaking news. We got old characters like Jim Sewardson getting dragged on by like everybody and their mom. Apparently, there's going to be a coup, or there was a coup in Niger. And now Victoria Nuland went there, so you damn well know that it's going to get ugly. Yeah, we got lots of stuff. More Trump news. That guy Zelensky almost got freaking assassinated. Apparently, that's in the news. That superconductor we talked about a couple of days ago, it's fucking fake. Yep, you knew it. We all knew it was fake, but we thought it'd be there. We got stuff on MrBeast, stuff on Trump. We got to talk about the new disease X because apparently people are posting articles about it, and I saw it on Google News, so I figured we could talk about it. And got transparency from people on Twitter, right? You know, people are trying to go off on Twitter, right, about this. So I guess we'll just start there because that's the first thing that I have up on the scene. But I've been seeing a lot of transparency from people. Yes, transparency. I guess this is being transparent. I would not consider showing that you have like pending transactions being transparent or whatever, but I guess it is what it is. We don't really know what the fuck is happening, but it's going to be interesting. So number one, this is a CB Dodge designer saying that he finally got paid from Twitter on August 8th. He only got $11,000. Damn, $11,000 for tweeting on Twitter. I mean, it's just the whole new shebang, the whole new kid and caboodle. It just really sucks that I can't ever participate in it because I have been suspended from Twitter, so I have been deemed an unworthy individual, the lowest form of life, only to be held in the likes of people I don't even like Nick Fuentes and pedophiles and stuff. So you know what? It sucks, man. It really does suck. It must be nice to get $11K for posting bullshit with 270,000 followers or whatever. But then again, if you're well liked and you were not me and part of the Dogecoin team, apparently, you know what? You're gonna go far. You're gonna make money. But me? No. I gotta tape up my headset to keep it together because apparently whatever I have to say is not good enough to get paid for it, which just sucks, right? It sucks. But you know what? I'm just here to show you guys what's going on in the world and to be all woe is me and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But I do have another person that actually posted something up, and I just noticed something actually looking at it. Like, that can't be real. That can't be real. And as you can see right now, I am feverishly looking for the post that I had saved up here, and it's now fucking. Seriously? Where did it go? Where did it fucking go? Where did it go? It was right there. I just had it up there. I hate the internet. I hate the internet. Here we go. Let's go to Harrison. There we go. Harrison. Which I actually thought that was funny because I just looked at this and I was like, whoa, dude, look at the discrepancy. So hold on. We were just looking at Dodge Designer, right? This is his full transparency on how much he got paid to create on X. He got a payment July 26th for $8,200. He got a payment August 5th for $694. And then he got another payment, or he's got a pending payment for $11,000. And just to point it out there, the reason that just popped into my brain, like this is a live show, that's why it sucks or whatever. But he's got 247,000 followers and he got paid 11 G's. So he's trying to tell us that he's giving us full transparency, but he's not actually posting us what his actual viewership is, you know, like what the analytics are. So that brings me to Harrison, because I just noticed this. Harrison, like, I swear to God, this guy only had like 10,000 followers or something when I first saw him. And then just months later, he's got 227,000 followers. So he's got quite a bit, right? He's actually technically got more followers than the Dodge Designer guy. But then I went ahead and checked out what his revenue share was, since he was so kind enough to actually post it up. And he's only getting $290. And I'm just kind of like, wait, what the fuck, bro? How does that work, bro? I mean, the other guy, he's got more followers than the other guy. So, like, he should be getting paid more than him, right? Well, apparently it's not based on followers. It's based on impressions. So what's keeping his impressionarium so low when the other guys is looking so high. So like he posted this out. He says his tweets got 8.9 million impressions over a 31-day period. So over that 31-day period, 8.9 million impressions. He got paid $290, which is not something that we could go over to Dodge Designer and actually look at. He just showed us that he's getting paid. We don't know how much he's getting paid or what it's worth, but it clearly shows that the discrepancy here, or the thing that you should take note of, is that maybe it's not the followers that are actually making the thing work for people, because he's really close in followers, but like there's a big disparity between how much these guys are getting paid, which seems that, you know, Dodge Designer's probably getting maybe 100,000 more impressions. I mean, how many millions or billions of impressions is this guy getting? That's the question that I want to ask. That's the thing that I kind of want to figure out. But I like it because even now, he says this is what Argus looks like so far. The algorithm is more important in generating ad revenue than follower count. So it seems that the way Twitter's system is actually working is that if you're making posts that can be advertised on, you're going to get pushed up much higher in the algorithm. So language and everything else aside is really what's going to be the thing that's going to get you going. And I mean, this guy has 227,000 followers, and he's already got 8.6 million impressions over this 8-day period, when in fact, just the month prior, right, or 2 months prior, he got 8.9 for a 31-day period. So you can clearly see that not only is Twitter changing the way that it works, now, as I was telling you in the beginning, it's going to be this game of whoever sees the most posts, whoever sees your post the most, whatever post gets seen the most is really going to be the one that's going to be making the money out there. And the ones that have the best ad revenue generation on their accounts are going to be getting paid a whole lot of money, which is crazy to think that somebody from MyDodge.com is allegedly going to be one of the guys that's getting paid what a big chunk of change for actually being on this situation. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to be doing in this particular situation, but it is nice to see at least a little bit of transparency from some folks, and we can see that, you know what, there is an avenue there if you can get verified and then get approved for subscriptions and then get reapproved for ad revenue generation. You might be able to make money on Twitter in the next year and a half, 2 years. Just, you know, like you got to go through all the approval periods and stuff. And if you've ever been suspended or anything else before that, don't even fucking apply, because you're never going to get on there. You're never going to get on there. So, must be nice to be part of the in-group or part of the group of people that actually gets to generate funds. I guess my threads on Eliza Blue and other grifters on Twitter that Elon pays money to now were not the kind of content that they wanted on the platform, so that's probably why I got removed, right? It is what it is, though, you know. You try to be a good guy, you try to do the right thing, and all the wrong things happen to you, so it is what it is. And speaking about good guys, we got to get your guys' opinion on this, because some guy named DJ Mr. Mike Calta, who had ties to Howard Stern, apparently decided to get a little handsy with the lady, and I'm going to play the video for you now.
How pathetic is your life that you're here fighting this fight? Honestly, how pathetic? My life is not pathetic. Look, turn around, look at these people. Turn around, turn your camera around. These people...
Mike Calton takes the woman's phone from her hand.
Are here to see. I don't give a shit that you don't have permission to film me anymore. All right?
I don't give a shit. Trying to get her phone. So he took her property.
Back away from me or else I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Yes. Back away from me. Back away from me. Back away from me. If you don't back away from me, you just got to turn the fuck out. Get out, they'll give it to you outside. Go out and they'll give it to you outside. Go.
Give me my phone. Give me my phone, sir. Give me my property. Oh, no, I'm a celebrity, lady. Drinking my McDonald's drink. I'm going to have my fucking two black guys take you out of here because that's the kind of guy I am. Maybe she shouldn't have gotten her phone. You know, this is why you never get into beef with celebrities, right? Because your ass is going to get assaulted. And, yeah. Mr. Blackman says it's robbery. I've been charged exactly like she got. Exactly like she got charged.
Fuck off, you cunt. Fuck off, you dirty cunt. Fuck off, you dirty cunt.
Yep. Gotta love that. So, like, what do we go for? He's going onto her phone without permission, deleting content from it. He stole her property, her cell phone, which is probably over $1,000 if somebody steals it, which is one of the best reasons to get an iPhone, because when somebody steals it, you can actually, you know, press charges on it and stuff because of the pricing of it and shit. I mean, honestly, I don't like what I'm seeing here, dude. It seems like he's a real gentleman or whatever. At this point, he could have just asked his bodyguards to have her removed before the altercation even happened. But it's clear to me that all he really had to do is ask her to delete the video and give her back her phone. But instead, he just took it upon himself to steal it, delete it himself, and then, you know, probably go through it to try to figure out some information. So, you know, like, if you ever find yourself in that kind of situation, first thing you got to do, call the police, because those celebrities, they think they can get away with that stuff with their bodyguards and shit. But, like, what you don't realize is if their, like, help puts their hands on you, you can press charges against them. And then they got to fire their help and get new help, but they're still going to have to foot the bill. If you didn't know, now you know, because it doesn't matter if they have bodyguards or whatever. If they assault you, it is still assault. Like, if you're walking by somebody who has some paid bodyguards or whatever, and those paid bodyguards get physical with you, you can press charges against them 100%. And that's like the kind of thing that she should basically be doing in this particular situation. And it's nice that somebody actually caught it on video, because he was deleting it. He was taking it so that he didn't have this out there. And now it's basically all over there.
Fuck off, you dirty cunt.
Yeah, and it's like these guys just basically removed her from the place. So, I don't know. Seems like Mr. Mike Calta needs to get a little bit of a rude awakening for this type of situation, but I don't know. It just kind of is a great example of the worst kinds of things that people do out there, right? Like, I don't even know what the backstory is on the whole situation, but it really seems like they handled it super poorly. Yep. Now, in other news, do you have a PayPal? Well, PayPal has just came out with its new stablecoin, you guys. PayPal USD, PYUSD, and it's designed for payments and is backed by highly liquid and secure assets on the Ethereum blockchain. Starting today and rolling out in the next few weeks, you'll be able to buy, sell, and hold and transfer PYUSD. Damn, doesn't that sound fantastic? Haven't I been telling you that the stable coins are coming? Well, the government isn't moving fast enough on its fabled new money. So obviously everyone's getting into the game, and it's interesting to see that PayPal is going to be one of the first companies that actually does this, because if you don't remember, or if you didn't know, PayPal was actually a part of the groups that failed to create digital currency in the very beginning of time. It's a very interesting story, but the TLDR on it is that originally there was a digital cash And digital cash still suffered the double spend problem. And it wasn't until an enterprising individual came up with the blockchain and utilized that to solve the double spend problem that digital currencies weren't even a thing. So it's just kind of funny to see that they're coming back into the game, but they're not even coming into it with a real digital currency. They're just making it a stable coin that's backed by Ethereum, right? So you're basically just buying Ethereum tokens. That's what you're doing. So, I mean, it could possibly have a pretty big outlook for you. I just don't see it really going anywhere. How's it going to be worth $1? How are they going to keep it at $1? I don't know, but it's exactly what the government's going to probably end up doing here in the near future. And you should worry about it a lot. So, yeah. If you don't have any money to buy no money, then it is just what it is, I guess, at this particular. Who cares? Now this. Here's a nice lady that was talking about her day in San Francisco.
I'm literally shaking right now. I was just getting groceries and I live in San Francisco and I never really feel fully safe. If you live in San Francisco, I'm sure
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about. And I just got groceries. I'm walking out of the store and this guy is walking past me and says, "Move, you stupid bitch." And he spits in my face, spits all over my face. And then I say, "Excuse me, did you just spit in my face?" And he says, "Move or I'll rape you." There's also people everywhere and everyone's just walking by because they're like, I can't handle something else in San Francisco. It's always something else. I don't even know why I'm posting this. If you live in San Francisco, do you feel this way all the time? I don't feel safe, ever. I literally never feel safe. It's better when it's daylight. But nighttime, no, not leaving my house.
Yeah, that's what it's like living in the blue cities. Yeah, let's just get spit in the face and have somebody tell you that they're going to grape you. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a great time. That's like exactly, you know what? We should all move to San Francisco and work for Twitter. It's going to be great. Let me tell you, it's going to be great. We're going to clean this fucking town up. That's what we're. Yeah, right. But as far as you can tell, yeah, that's pretty much probably the experience that everybody has. And if you're having that experience and you don't feel safe, maybe you should move. Oh, but you know what? Give up your good job? Sucks to be you, doesn't it? I think they call them making decisions. You gotta make one, and whatever one you make, you gotta live with it. Would you like safety, or do you like money? Yeah. Who knows? At the same time, we're probably going to see another rapper get canceled because, well, I'll play it for you. The singer Neo put out a statement to his 4 million Instagram followers that he stands by his original statement.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neo. All right.
What's up, Neo?
I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost,
what's going on with that? How do I put it?
I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay. I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important. They're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, all right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neo. Peace and love.
It's Neo. Peace and love. Yeah. So, wow. That's pretty big and strong. And I mean, I think he puts it pretty clearly to the point that he doesn't think little kids should get genital mutilation surgeries or gender reassignment surgeries or whatever the hell we're going to be calling them nowadays. And I mean, he apologized for the only thing that he needed to apologize for is offending someone, right? But like, do you have to apologize because you offended someone? The answer is absolutely not. He did the man's thing and said, oh yeah, I apologize that you're offended, but like, that's not my problem. That's a you problem, right? And you're not going to make your problem my problem. And if you try to, whatever, dude, don't give a shit. Like, honestly, we have to stop falling back on people's opinions, right? Because somebody's opinion doesn't really matter. Like, talking heads on the internet's opinions don't matter. And the more that we get locked into these situations where people are getting paid for opinions and getting followers for opinions and get money for them, it's really going to change the game, my friends. And I think that everybody should still be able to just be upfront about what they're trying to say, what they're trying to do, who they're trying to be. And I mean, at the same time, I mean, from one end to the other end, right? Literally. On one end, we got people going after Neo for his comments, which are pretty fucking sane if you ask me. 20 years ago, that was a sane take, right? And nobody would have even disagreed with it. But today, I mean, everybody's quietly agreeing with it, and there's only just a small handful of people that are disagreeing. And on top of that, like, you know, it's right on the neck of what was happening with Riley Gaines and the trans community, men and women's sports, all of that shit. And we finally got a win. I mean, I don't know if it's a huge win, but it's a win for Texas because now the Save Women's Sports Act is law in Texas, right? That's right. It's a law in Texas because the reality...
The Save Women's Sports Act is now law in the state of Texas.
Yeah, it's law. Now, what do you think about that? Like, we have some governors in some states that are doing their best to stop the wokeness, right? Like, I don't know how the country got so screwed up that we started to believe that it was okay for men to play in women's sports. I mean, genetics haven't changed, okay? Nobody's come up with a good understanding or reason genetically or through DNA to explain any of this bullshit that they're telling us is a real thing. And I'm sorry, but I'm never going to listen to a psychologist on this particular thing because the brain, more importantly, your thoughts do not dictate what you are, right? You know what dictates what you are? What you are. You can't change it. And I mean, you can try, and it's okay if you don't believe in like the Catholic view of things or even the Christian view of things. If you're even satanic or completely atheistic of it, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's your body. You're going to do whatever you want to do with it. But guess what? We got laws and rules. And the laws and rules basically says you ain't adult till you're 18, right? And even after that, just because you turned into an adult, that doesn't automatically make whatever bullshit, insane stuff that you have wrapped up in your head real, right? Like, so why would we even let a kid try to dictate that shit to us? That's the thing that I don't get. Like, on one end, we got people that are trying to promote this crap, and then we have another end where there's people that are trying to fight against it. It's just weird, man. Like, I don't understand where the world went wrong. But I kind of do already. I kind of do. Yeah. It is what it is. They just have no plan of action. The next thing that I noticed is that Jim Sewardson is seemingly all over the fucking place again, and I don't know why. But I see 3D printer people, Gudweebs, Gold Corp, Normies, Louise Mensch, Goons, and NAFO are all dragging Jim Stewardson. You guys probably remember who he is, right? This is the guy that was going to take down QAnon and shit, that ended up getting all psyoped and like told a bunch of garbage by Arturo Tafoyevsky, only to talk to me, get a whole bunch of actual good information on the situation, and actual evidence that shows that a lot of the things that Arturo is making up were not true because he wasn't even a part of it till 2018. So it was, pretty good. But then Jim just decides to go off and be even crazier in the conspiracy spectrum and start going after fucking General Flynn. And all of a sudden, here I am today looking and saying his name again. I haven't been paying attention to this shit, but like, it's truly amazing that anybody still listens to this incredible whack job. What's this? Gold Corp Boogaloo boys are all PSYOP LARPers he's connected to. You have a serious problem here. A sizable contingent of active duty retired U.S. Army PSYOP members are stalking and running PSYOPs on childs and veterans. This is not a joke. Most of these people are being paid by the U.S. military, whether they are active or retired, to sacrilegically torment people and punish their anarchist ideology. And I'm just like, are you talking about Twitter accounts, bro? Like, all these PSYOP accounts? Like, this is the account that he's talking about right here. The dark wars are coming. Burn the boats. Collapse trade. Human supremacists. Death to the Nephilim. FEMA Region 4. Okay. This seems really normal. Let's see what they got here for memes. Oh, what's this? Ghost, it's time to disappear. He's earned enough engagement off of us to pay off his car probably by now. Time to exfil. What? Fuck, bro? Yeah, isn't it crazy that Jim Sewardson actually became the laughingstock these days? Like, I don't understand how this guy went so wrong. Like, we tried to give him everything, and he completely just destroyed it. Like, we saved him from Arturo's shit, only for him to completely destroy himself anyway. Which is absolutely fucking hysterical, if you ask me. And I gotta be clear, I don't have any idea who any of these PSYOP guys are. Sorry, I had to go get my PSYOP patch off the AR-15. I still have that weird patch that that fool gave me or whatever. I don't know what it means, but it looks cool or whatever. Whatever, Boogaloo boys. So yeah, apparently he thought that he was actually having some problems with Gold Corp, which I don't even know who the fuck Gold Corp is, right? Like, I've never even seen Gold Corp. I don't know who they are, but like, look at this. This retard with the status gay pride flag on his bio has an opinion. This doesn't seem like a military PSYOP. This seems like a bunch of jackasses just making. Definitely seems like a bunch of jackasses making. Like, I can't even see half of the posts that are in here. Did I get blocked by these people or whatever? Tax this dick. Dick tax. Eagerly awaiting a court martial that cannot take place. Tagging the Sergeant Major of the Army is Falcon behavior. Like, I don't know what's happening with this guy, but it's sad, bro. It's sad. He's got mindwar.com. He's got the Radicalized podcast. We should go actually check that shit out. Wow, dude, they got 175 videos on here. Dude, they're barely pulling in more views, barely pulling in the same amount of views that I'm pulling in. You guys have been at this shit for a year and you literally haven't grown at all? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you guys aren't even botting your account anymore? Like, seriously? Seriously? Yeah, I know. Goldcorp is a meme company that started in 2019 or 2020. And I mean, they were the guys that were behind a bunch of psyops and fake shit like WorldCorp. Oh, like if you just type in, I think it's WorldCorp. Right? It sounds exactly like WorldCorp. What it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like WorldCorp. And it's just they've changed their name to Goldcorp. Like, so I just don't see that it's actually real, but you know, apparently it is. I mean, there was a website. I thought it was like goldcorp.com. .com. Bad idea. Nope. I don't even know, man. This is ridiculous, bro. It's just it's ridiculous. So Jim Stewartson's back into the scene, and now everybody's dragging on him and hurting him hard, and I'm literally not even saying anything. What's this? You need a toy box for your Fisher Price goods. Clean up your mess and go to bed. Like, what's wrong, Jim? You don't like it? You don't like people holding all of their guns? This guy's pointing a gun at his dick, man. Like, and it's plastic. Oh my God, look at this. Is that Jim Stewardson with the Jack Murphy beard? Dude, if I was still seriously involved with gang stalking operations, like, my boys are doing, like, seriously well. This guy, twitter.com, real big something. Oh, God. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's happening, but yeah, apparently Jim seems to be pissing off all of the 3D printed gun nuts. Yeah, dude. If you 3D print guns now, apparently you're a boogaloo boy, which is weird. Like, owning guns apparently makes you a criminal now. Oh, shit, you got little black rifles, bro. You're a fucking terrorist. That's weird. I mean, I just pulled that off of my little black rifle. That's where I keep it. I put it on the. I have this little sticker right. Patch. It goes on my AR-15. I put it on the bullet catcher or the case catcher casings because I don't like picking up my casings. I just shoot and then they go into the casing catcher. That way, whenever I'm doing ops, I don't have to run around and be picking up ammo. 'Cause that really sucks, honestly. Like, after you just shoot a bunch of shit, and then, you got to make sure that the place is clean and, you didn't leave any evidence or whatever, like one of those guys on there. Just catches them as they come out, and you got to pick them up, motherfucker. It's great. But just make sure it's not made out of nylon or something that's going to fucking melt, because bullet casings are hot because an explosion happened inside of them. So, like, if it's not made out of the right material, it's just going to melt through. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just don't even get it, dude. How he's even got it. And then Mike Flynn is not a Catholic. He's a cult member that wants to destroy the church.
I would tell him. I tell him I don't like him. And if he doesn't change, I'm out. I go across town and find another one. That's the way I am. Because I hate to have somebody up there just droning on, saying the same for me.
Yeah. But the best thing you can do is block this man. He's most likely making money off all you and me yesterday, if we're fair. Cut off his money. Tell everyone else, block him as well. Isolate him until he cries in a corner. Yeah. I just like to see that, my enemies are getting taken out by other people because they're dumb. See, I'm nice, right? Like, I don't try to fight with stupid people if I can, because, it's generally not a fair fight or whatever, and I like only having fair fights. And at this point, I think he deserves everything that he's gotten. I think he deserves everything that he's got coming from him, which is whatever. It's a happy day. Hey, and you know what? At least we're still getting more views than he does. I mean, we play on multiple platforms, so we're splitting our audience a little bit, but we still get more views. We still get them views, bitches. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Whatever. You know, where's my kick chat? Popped it out. Look. Oh, well, it didn't matter. Nobody pop it out though. Noticed that nobody was talking or didn't know. What's this? Breaking. FBI agent Elvis Chan made false statements when pressed to disclose involvement in the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop. Jim Jordan. Internal documents obtained by the committee prove that Chan held a secret follow-up call with Facebook on October 15th. Oh no. Wait a minute. They're lying again? Is he lying again? No way, dude. He lied again? He lied again? What's this? We know what happened. Twitter and Facebook censored the New York Post story. The Biden campaign secretly set in motion events that led to the 51 former intel officials discrediting the story as Russian disinformation. So just weeks before the 2020 election, when most Americans either did not hear about the story or were misled to believe that it was the product of Russian disinformation. Fast forward to November 2022, Elvis Chan is being deposed as one of the key figures of the government censorship regime. He's obligated to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You can watch his whole deposition here.
All right, stand by.
6 hours and 32 minutes. 6
Okay,
hours
good morning,
and 32
everyone.
minutes.
We are on the record. Today's date is November 29th, 2022. The time is...
Hey, wait a minute. Elvis Chan, is this guy a Chinese national working in the FBI and I'm not supposed to automatically think that he's a Chinese spy or something? Fuck, man, dude, being racist.
It's 9:07
Be
a.m.
racist.
This is the video recorded deposition of Elvis Chan in the matter of State of Missouri versus Joseph R. Biden.
Ah, yes. Chan first testified on October 14th, Facebook meeting where Demlo had no comment when Facebook asked if the Hunter Biden laptop was real. Oh. Chan then asked about the FBI any meetings with any other companies other than Facebook about the Hunter Biden story, and Chan responds that he's confident that he's not part of any meetings. I was confident that I was not a party to any meeting at a social media company where Hunter Biden was discussed outside of the incident I told you about. Oh, really? Chan then asked again about them meetings, if he was aware of any communications or anything like that, and he said no! But internal documents show that it is completely false. I spoke with SSA Elvis Chan, FBI San Francisco. Damn, man, San Francisco, dude. That place sucks ass. On October 15th of 2020 as a follow-up with the call with the Foreign Influence Task Force on October 14th. I asked SSA Chan whether there was any update or change since the discussion October 14, 2020, as to whether the FBI saw any evidence suggesting foreign sponsorship or direction of the leak of the information into Hunter Biden as published in the New York Post on story on October 14th. SSA Chan advised that he was up to speed on the current state of the matter within the FBI, and there was no current evidence to suggest any foreign connection or direction to SSA Chan assured the FBI would be in contact if any additional information on this was developed through further investigation. Damn! So, wait a minute. That's an FBI agent who is looking like he might be Asian, sort of Chinese. I don't know. The guy that was his lawyer definitely did not have the English as a first language type, speech. He had more of an impediment of an individual that was primarily a Chinese speaker. Yes. So yeah, cool. Lying under oath. Nice. I like it. Do you like it? I hope you do. But it's like, we kind of already knew it, right? Did we already knew it? Yeah. But the Facebook employee and FBI agent wrote the next day after the story broke that Chan advised he was up to speed on the current state of the matter. Chan also told the FBI there was no current evidence to suggest any foreign connection of the leaks. Of course, there was no evidence of the foreign connection. The laptop was real and the FBI knew it. And the FBI had the laptop since December of 2019. So, just to put it into perspective, in 2019 is when the FBI got the laptop and confirmed that it belonged to Hunter Biden. But when this story actually came out in the New York Post, the FBI and other individuals seemingly colluded together to lie about where this particular laptop came from, said it was Russian disinformation, and then years later, Elvis Chan is getting deposed in this matter, and then he lies about not actually having contact with individuals and gets caught 4K with his own media. Yeah. So I think it's just kind of a big situation here that we got to keep looking into. Because if you're an NPC, then you don't care about this stuff. But if you're not an NPC, well, then this is just another, God damn it, what the hell is happening? Holy shit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. Sorry, that tweet has been deleted, right? Has it been deleted? The reality here is that Mr. Elvis Chan lied again. He got caught. And is anything going to happen to him? No, because Joe Biden is going to protect his people. Don't protect them people. He's going to protect them. He's going to protect them. And now, what's this? If you see this woman in your country, you are about to have a civil war. Department of the United States of America, Department of State, Victoria Nuland. Dude, she's giving off real fucking, like, vibes. Like, what is she vibing me off of right now? Oh, wait, I know who it is. Fucking Vigo! Giving me mad Vigo vibes, dude. Vigo the Carpathian. I will lead your children. I'm Vigo the Carpathian. I am an evil man. I will get my pink ooze on you. Make you angry. Victoria Nuland? See? You see what I'm saying? The eyes, the nose, just like that scrunched up, pissed off look or whatever. Big. Big. Holy shit, we just got ourselves a $20 super chat from Eddie Ramirez. That's pretty OP of you there, Mr. Eddie Ramirez, and we appreciate whenever somebody sends some money out there. And I can put the chat up here, show you right here. It says Eddie Ramirez, $20, and he's got the OP hippo with the rocket launcher and the like that robot arm or whatever. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's crazy, bro. Dang, man. Thanks, dude. Thanks for that $20. Thanks for monetizing the stream. We appreciate that shit. It's the way you gotta be right there. Throwing us a little bit of cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese. So, wait. Why am I posting pictures of Victoria Nuland? What is this? God, she looks fucking evil, bro. Like, what's going on with her eye over here? Is that because of the lights, or does she really have reptile eye at this? And then she's like wearing the reptile scales on there. Shit. Like, I'm getting real reptile vibes off this. Victoria Nuland is in Niger's capital and requested to see the detained former President Bazoum. Her request was denied by the military junta. Yes, because that's what they call it, a junta. Whenever the military takes over, a junta happens. Yes, Arajaka, a junta, whatever. So yes, here is her actually saying it. Traveled to Niamey to express grave concern at the undemocratic attempts to seize power and urged them to return to constitutional order. Are you sure that you did that, Victoria Nuland, or did you tell them that you were going to have people fucking invade if they didn't fucking cooperate? I feel like that's what you're going to have. And by the way, as she's there, this is what they were saying over at Niger.
De défense et de sécurité, forts du soutien indéfectible de notre peuple, sont prêts pour défendre l'intégrité de notre territoire et l'honneur de notre patrie. À cet effet,
the CNSP makes a vibrant appeal to the youth and worthy cause and daughters of the country to stand in the defense.
Conseil national pour la sauvegarde de la patrie lance un vibrant appel à la jeunesse, aux dignes filles et fils de notre pays pour qu'ils se tiennent prêts pour la défense de la patrie. Vive le Conseil national.
Long live the CNSP, long live the people with dignity and sovereignty, long live an independent Niger.
Pour la sauvegarde de la patrie, vive le peuple nigérien digne et souverain, vive le Niger indépendant. Je vous remercie.
So basically, what seems to have happened is that there was a coup in Niger. and the military has taken over, put the president into custody of the United States, aka Joe Biden sent the Victoria Nuland from the Department of the State to try to, I don't know, get something to happen. She tried to see the president. They wouldn't let her see the president, and they basically told her to fuck off. And now they're telling their entire group of the citizens to be ready for the defense of the homeland because they believe that they're about to get invaded or there's going to be some kind of weird shit happening or whatever. Which makes sense because, you know, usually if there's some kind of like military interaction or invasion or coup, usually other countries are going to get involved in some kind of way or something. But I've been watching this situation unfold closely, and the main reason is because Niger is one of the main places, aka sources of uranium on the planet, right? I think I can back that up with some I could back that up with some facts and evidence. Niger uranium. Yes, the coup in Niger puts a spotlight on the nation's uranium. Yes, why resource-rich countries like Niger are so poor. ETFs that buy uranium-related stock lose steam after sharp gains. Following the coup, Niger coup raises questions about uranium dependence. Niger is among the world's biggest producers of uranium. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So wait a minute. Niger, the place where most of the radioactive ore utilized in nuclear weapons, power systems, pretty much anything that either goes boom or hum. Yeah, the best source of power, uranium. Definitely best source of power, hands down. But yeah, it's kind of all in the wind, right? Like, shouldn't we be a little more worried about this shit, right? All the uranium mines all of a sudden getting taken over by a military. I mean, I'm not exactly sure that we're too worried that Nigeria or the people of Niger are going to be able to assemble nuclear weapons or atomic weapons or anything like that. But yeah, they're still there. Like, Niger has Africa's highest grade of uranium ore, and it produces 2,020 metric tons of uranium in 2022. And that's about 5% of the mining output. And that's actually down from 291 or 2,991 tons in 2022. Although the three biggest producers are Kazakhstan, Canada, and Namibia, Niger has one of the major mining operations, and it's operated by French-owned state Orano. And then they had to actually close another mine. But think about that. Are they out of uranium and they just didn't know it? Is there problems going on with the amount of stuff that's out there? I don't really know. But what I do know is that we got to keep an eye on this one because this is giving me mad Ukraine vibes. And it feels like we're going to be sending money here pretty soon. Pretty soon. Yes. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. We got to talk about the Trump shit now. Proposed protective order would infringe on Trump's right to free speech, says his lawyer. Oh, right. Yes. Former President Donald Trump, they're trying to silence him. They're trying to stop his freedom of speech because they don't want him to be the president or whatever, or even run because they're worried that they're going to lose to him or something like that. And yeah. They put together or proposed an order, Jack Smith did, the special counsel, that's a protective order that says that Trump isn't allowed to talk about many things. Basically, they're trying to give him under a gag order. Gag orders are really difficult to put forward and put through, but obviously, usually when a lawyer such as, or when an investigator such as Mr. Smith is having a really bad time with it and can't handle, usually there'll be little pussy ass bitches and set up some type of protective order so that they can have a little mind. But, you know, Trump already pled not guilty to the criminal scheme, denied any wrongdoings in the criminal probe that's obviously politically motivated. And you know it's politically motivated because they're literally trying to restrict his First Amendment speech. Yes. The trial is about First Amendment rights. The government seeks to restrict First Amendment rights. That's literally what we're talking about. And worse, it does against the administration's primary political opponent during an election season in which the administration, prominent party members, and media allies have campaigned on the indictment and proliferated its false allegations. Yes, that's right. Like there was false Russia collusion allegations during the last time, and now they're just trying to up the thumb screws on him by utilizing all of these sham indictments to try to get ahead, right? It's exactly what they're looking at. It's exactly what they're doing. And the main thing is to think about is that not only did Trump get this loss today, well, it's not even a loss. It's just the fact that it's a proposed order, right? It's a proposed order to limit his speech to the point where they can actually try to arrest him for the things that he says. That's what the overall goal is so they can get him behind bars, is because that's what they've been trying to do for a while. And I mean, it's really crazy to think that it's right on the heels of today as well, that lawsuit that Donald Trump brought against Jeannie Carroll for defamation because she defamed him when she said that he raped her when he most certainly did not rape her, and the trial even went as far as to say that that never happened. The Clinton appointed judge has decided that they're going to throw out the defamation against Jeannie Carroll, even though by legal definition it is in fact defamation, which is crazy to me. But what can we really do at this particular juncture? It's U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan in Manhattan said that Carroll's statements made on CNN the day after she won $5 million on a jury verdict against Trump for defamation and sexual views were at least substantially true, and Trump failed to show that she made them with actual malice. And it's just like, she made the statements with malice very clearly. She did not win a case on rape, and she still claimed that she did, and she did so to cause harm and malice. But with the Clinton-appointed judge, you never really figured that there was anything that's going to be done with it. I mean, this is the lady that literally campaigned for a law to get passed in New York City so that she could even have the window to be able to sue this guy in the first place, because if not, this would have never happened. It's just a careful situation of events that have been put forward. So on one end, they're trying to basically silence Trump indefinitely so that he cannot, in their eyes, win the election. And on the other end, he's going back. He's using the legal system with a very clear-cut case. And they're just like, nah, we're not even going to have to worry about that. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that anymore. We're not going to wait that. And they said the verdict reflected that Trump raped her a bit digitally rather than his penis. And excuse me, Miss Kaplan, but digital rape doesn't exist, right? Like, I thought that there was actually a legal precedent that was set forth for that, right? Because digitally, you can't rape somebody. You cannot penetrate somebody digitally. It's an impossibility, right? And, part of the act of rape does involve the act of penetration. So again, we can just kind of see that this is more of the same, right? And it's really Trump's fault. Like, why would you choose a destination that is most obviously not going to be in your favor in this situation where they can fuck you over? And that's exactly what he did. It's like over and over and over again thing with this fucking guy. But at the end of the day, did he really think that it was going to go anywhere? No. He just wanted to utilize it as just another indication to show people that support him that, hey, look, man, I can't get a win. And you know what? Nobody loses this much, right? It's like playing Rust, like I'm actually really good at the game for having many low hours I have. It's just that everybody fucking cheats and they think that you're dumb and you can't tell. And I'm like, guy, yo, you're fucking shooting me with a goddamn AK-47 with an assault rifle that has some of the worst recoil in the game, and you're beaming me at 200 meters with 3 headshots, and you think that I think that you're not cheating? Like, I've been playing this game for long enough to know that you're fucking cheating. You can't do that. Possible unless you're using recoil hacks. So, like, get the fuck out of here. But then again, they don't get banned. Whatever. And it's kind of the same thing with Trump, man. It's just like he just can't get a fucking win. He can't get a win. And somehow he didn't rape this girl. This chick is accused him of rape countless different times. Never had any evidence of it. Got convicted of it, I guess, without any evidence. So it's just like a sham. Like, we should look at what's happening to this dude and just realize that, we don't live in America anymore. We live in some other fucking crazy country. And the faster that you start to realize that, and start to realize that you either got to play a part or you're going to get fucking thrown in the gulag, the faster that we might actually be able to fix this shit. But until then, it's just going to be more of this shit. Protective orders to silence and chill speech and dismissing any lawsuits. Because, you know what? Fuck that guy. Yeah. Also, fuck Zelensky. But apparently there was an assassination plot that was foiled by the Secret Service on the great man, Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine. Yeah, the Ukraine guy. Well, yes. They claim that they have foiled a plot to assassinate the president after they arrested a woman suspected of gathering intelligence about his movements. Oh, so wait, there was a woman that was following him around and seeing his movements, and then they were like, yes, she was trying to assassinate him. Huh. Interesting. The unnamed woman was said by the Security Service of Ukraine, known as the SBU, to be gathering information about Zelensky's visit to the southern Mykolaiv region, which was said to be Russia planning to unleash a major air assault. On his Telegram channel, Zelensky said that the head of the SBU has updated him on the fight against traitors. A drone attack on Moscow earlier this year attributed to Ukraine's military has been described as the Kremlin as an attempt to assassinate Vladimir Putin, for which it was claimed there will be reprisals. So, oh, cool. So, like, they think that some lady that was following him around was trying to get information so that the Russians could airstrike him, and they were using some fucking lady. Wow. Seems real fucking made up, bros. Seems real made up, bros. Does really seem made up. I mean, we do know that Ukraine definitely fucking drone bombed the Kremlin. I mean, we know that happened, and that was, I guess, could be considered an assassination attempt. Was it an assassination attempt on Putin? I don't know. Does he hang out at the Kremlin all the time? I don't know. I'm not Russian or whatever, but it just seems like these two guys are some fucking bitches, and I think the world will be better off without either. Just put it out there. Put it out there. In other news, we talked about it a few days ago, and we were hopeful for its reality, but unfortunately, as everything that we've ever looked at and see on the internet, it's fucking fake. Of course, the Beijing superconductor levitation video, the new room temperature superconductor, amazing, awesome thing that was supposed to change the world is, yes, a fake. Yes, it's a fake. The author of the video and the paper has admitted the fraud and has taken it down. So the LK-99 superconductor, the breakthrough in superconductivity with the room temperature ambient pressure superconductor, is a fake. It ain't real. That's why nobody's been able to confirm it, is because, yeah, it was fake. Yeah. So, just really sad. I figured I would bring it up to you because we all knew it was fake the other day, but at least we could think about the possibilities that would have been endless. We could have been riding around on hoverboards and shit, but this dude had to fake us out. Fuck you, motherfucker. That's all I gotta say about that. Also, did you guys hear the illustrious fuck up and asshole MrBeast is being now sued? Well, technically, MrBeast sued his own burger company, MrBeast Burger, and the Ghost Kitchen giant virtual dining concept because he says that it was ruining his brand because they were putting out such terrible food. But now they're turning around and suing MrBeast for $100 million because they said that he wasn't basically living up to his end of the bargain. Yep. And it's just a week after he actually sued his own burger restaurant because he doesn't like it. He was mad because, they're not doing a good job and they're ruining his brand. He's putting it all on the virtual brand concept people, which is kind of hilarious. I mean, they came up with some real shitty items for sale, and then he never did any quality assurance or QA or had a QA system associated to the massive amount of ghost kitchens that we're actually putting together as food. And I mean, Jesus. He's trying to say, oh, well, they're hurting me. They're ruining my reputation because it's my burger joint, but they're in control. I can't do anything, and I'm dumb. I'm MrBeast. But on the other end, now they're suing him, and they're basically saying is that this case is about a social media celebrity who believes his fame means that his word does not matter and that facts do not matter and that he can renege and breach contractual obligations without consequence. He is mistaken. And that's the thing, is that he's been trying to throw this on Virtual Dining Concepts, which is not a gigantic company, which is something that's relatively new, that is rather successful in the space, considering the fact that they have so many other restaurants that they actually support. And MrBeast is like not even keeping up on his own contracts. And I mean, is it because he's been hanging out with Chris the Trude or whatever? I don't know, but like, when you go to Virtual Dining Concepts on Facebook and shit like that, they have the worst reviews. But it is a real company. And you can see all of the different brands that are associated with the company, which is Real Houseboats, Creator's Kitchen, MrBeast Burger, NASCAR Refuel, Mariah's Cookie, Pardon My Cheesesteak, Buddy V's Cake Slice. I mean, so many virtual brands, so many time, and it's like I'm in the food industry. I was in the food industry for a freaking long time, right? And it would not be easy to do this, but like for MrBeast to throw it down on all of the food service workers and say that the food service workers are making his shitty food shittily, it's just kind of a bridge too far. It's like, Jimmy, you didn't go to fucking culinary school. You don't know anything about making food. And sure, you have your Feastables brand that's out there that you've partnered with another gigantic conglomerate on that's in control of most of it. And you're just basically the face. So, like, I don't think people are buying it. But yes, MrBeast sued to get out of this deal, saying that the restaurants were serving inedible food. Inedible, right? Well, how did he know that? Because he saw some posts on Instagram and other things? Is that how he knew that? Did he actually do anything himself? Did he put together any quality assurance plan with them? Like, no. It was kind of like he just wanted the money and didn't sign the deal and really didn't do anything, because that's according to VDC, that's exactly what's happened to him. And it's a legal fight that is just crazy because he's trying to get out of his contract by talking shit. But at the same time, he's making all kinds of disparaging comments about his business partners and shit like that. And I mean, literally, when you look at what's being said, you can see that it's actually kind of hilarious to think that Jimmy thinks that he's going to get away with it. Like, here's one. If I had the ability to close it, I would have done so a long time ago, sadly. Sometimes when you're young, you sign shit deals. Oh, really? Well, I mean, you still are on the hook for that deal, bro. Like, you signed it. You try to get out of it. You're still going to be liable. Like, what the fuck, bro? Who the fuck do you think you are? Other than the biggest piece of shit on the internet? I mean, I know everybody likes him because he makes people humiliate themselves to get money or whatever, but you know what? that's the actions of a piece of shit. Let's just be real, okay? If I would, I could. The company apartment won't even let me stop, even though it's terrible for my brand. Young Beast signed a bad deal. It's like, Mr. Beast, you only signed that deal like 3 years ago. So like in 3 years, you haven't grown much. Like you weren't Young Beast. You're still Young Beast. You're still that young dipshit. And you're just making more stupid mistakes, which is just stupid in my opinion. And then here's more shit. Yeah, it's impossible to guarantee the quality of orders with virtual restaurants. Hurts my soul to see orders so messed up. Sadly, I can't get out of the deal with Beast Burger, hence why I'm never giving up control of Feastable. I can always do what's best for my fans. Harsh lessons to learn. Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, he had a deal with the company, but then he made all kinds of disparaging remarks about the company over many amounts of time. So like, this company paid him for the brand name and the recognition and everything, and then he's basically just throwing them under the bus. And I've literally seen something like this happen before, right? Like with Green Mountain Grills, or more importantly Traeger Grills. A big corporation purchased Traeger, the Traeger brand, from the guy that originally created the Traeger drill. And that guy came out with a new grill company with a Traeger grill that was more like the original one that he had sold. And Traeger sued him to stop him from being able to create new grills because of their brand deal. And guess what? They won because they had a contract. And you can't just get out of a contract just because you think that. You can't disparage your contract first because that's a problem, but you can also just not like post up. Oh, well, I don't have anything to do with it or whatever. It's not my problem. Like I'm MrBeast, man. I made a mistake. Young MrBeast made a mistake. But yeah, maybe it was a mistake going with the ghost kitchen, right? Maybe, but if you think about it, physical locations of MrBeast Burger were immediately buzzy, but literally they have dropped off of the face of the map because not only does MrBeast Burger not have very good options or controls, I mean, literally, like, the menu is awful. Let's just look at the American fast food chain. Yeah, dude. Satisfy your craving. Come home to MrBeast Burger. Yeah, dude. Get my French fry burger. Get a Chandler style. Get a grilled cheese. Or get it MrBeast style. Yeah, I mean, it's like fucking somebody trying to fucking sue McDonald's because their cheeseburger come out like the pictures over here don't even look that great. And then who fucking says that this? Why did you use this picture of fucking chocolate chip cookies? These are the worst fucking chocolate chip cookies that I've ever fucking seen. Like, I made chocolate chip cookies like that like the first time I was in culinary school, and I'll never fucking forget. Fucking Chef Pietro Vitelli looking at me, and he was like, "Hey, Chavez, come here. What do you fucking call these? Cookie chef?" He's like, "You think these are fucking cookies, man? These are fucking baking soda. You see all these holes on the top and how there's no rise in it? It's because you didn't fucking put enough in there. You motherfucker. Now, fucking eat all these cookies, and I want you to make me another batch of good. And I want them in 10 minutes. But, chef, it takes 20 minutes to cook the cookies. I don't give a fuck. Chavez, get me over here and give me the goddamn cookies." Yes, chef. Wow. Man, never forget that shit. Chef Pietro Vitelli was a badass, though. That dude knew, like, Wing Chun and shit like that, and, like, fucking Krav Maga and stuff like that. I remember one time I was like, well, like, show me how badass you are or whatever, like, and then all of a sudden I was on the ground, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck? And he was kind of like, wow, you're a lot heavier than I thought you were. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's because I got the metal bones or whatever, but I'll talk about that. Because I'm like Wolverine. I have a regeneration factor in metal bones. I also have claws. but I don't use them because it hurts when it comes out. Plus, you start running around with big ass claws coming out of your hands, people are gonna start asking questions. I don't know. What I do know is that MrBeast is a piece of shit, and I've always hated him, and I still hate him, and I literally hope that he loses his ass to BDC for what he's done. Because he could have helped them fix this, but he just cried and said he had no control, and he's trying to blame it all on them, but ultimately it's his fault for reneging on his contract, not keeping up with his contractual obligations, including publicity, promotional work, and public support for his burger chain. And yeah, he didn't really think about the enormous financial harm that he brought upon the reputation of VDC, the burger restaurant, when he decided to speak out against it. So, honestly, I think this might actually take out MrBeast because he can't afford $100 million. I mean, everybody thinks that he can, but he can't. Really, he can't. And to be perfectly honest, this is one of those situations where the deck is so stacked against him, the only thing that he could do is fuck with them in the court of public opinions. That's his only saving grace, because there's literally no legal ramifications that he has set forth looking through his own lawsuit where he sued them. All he has is a bunch of Twitter posts and shit that don't mean shit, right? He had a contract, and he reneged on the contract, and they got him dead to rights. He's fucked. Yep. I mean, he might be able to raise the money saying he's giving a big giveaway or something like that, but even then, I don't think that that's going to work. And now, for the last one. Disease X. I don't know why, but Yahoo News and motherfucking the Daily Mail, two, I believe, UK-based news sources. Yeah. What's going on with this Disease X, bro? Wasn't aware. I figured I would
Disease X. UK scientists begin developing vaccines against new pandemic. UK scientists have begun developing vaccines as an insurance against a new pandemic caused by an unknown disease X.
Huh?
The work is being carried out at the government's high-security Porton Down laboratory complex in Wiltshire by a team of more than 200 scientists. They have drawn up a threat list of animal viruses that are capable of infecting humans and could in future spread rapidly around the world. Which of them will break through and trigger the next pandemic is unknown, which is why it's referred to only as Disease X.
So you're probably going to be seeing this on the news. I figured I would just bring it up because I would like to get ahead of all of the conspiracy theory people out there, because this one's definitely going to be the next big one. I bet you we get a strike for even talking about it. But Disease X is just a placeholder name that was adopted by the World Health Organization in February of 2018 on their short list of blueprint priority diseases to represent a hypothetical unknown pathogen that could cause a future epidemic, and the World Health Organization adopted the placeholder name, ensure that their planning was sufficiently flexible to adapt to an unknown pathogen. The director of the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Anthony Fauci, stated that the concept of Disease X would encourage the WHO projects to focus their research efforts on entire classes of flavoviruses, instead of just individual strains like the Zika virus, thus improving the WHO capability to respond to unforeseen strains. In 2020, experts, including some of the WHO's own expert advisors, speculated that CoV, or SARS-CoV-2's virus strain, met the requirements to be the first Disease X. That's what it is. That's what we're talking about. And it's something that's been around since at least May of 2015, when the Pandemic Preparation Center, prior to the pandemic that everybody remembers and loves so much, was asked by a member organizations to create an R&D blueprint for action to prevent epidemics. And it was to generate ideas that would reduce the lag time between identification of viral outbreaks and the approval of vaccines and treatments to stop outbreaks from turning into a public health emergency. So it's something that since 2015 that they've actually shortlisted various different viruses such as Zika, Ebola, SARS, Lassa fever, Marburg virus, Rift Valley fever, and the Nipah virus. Each of these are widely known, but they're always going to be on the short list of viruses that they have to constantly keep on the deck because they think that these could possibly be the pathogens that take over and create the next, unknown thing. In February of 2018, the R&D Blueprint meeting in Geneva added disease X to the short list for a placeholder for a knowable unknown pathogen. And the reason they call it unknowable is that they know of a bunch of different pathogens, but they do not know which one will be there first. So they're trying to come up with a way to basically have almost a placeholder / blueprint for something that they can just take over and use for whatever virus decides to rear its ugly head at whatever particular time. Okay? So if you get that announcement and you understand what it's supposed to mean, then you know that disease X represents the knowledge that a serious international epidemic could caused by a pathogen currently unknown to cause human disease. That's basically it. So what they're saying is that the idea is that the first version of one of these types of viruses that's hit us in the WHO's definition is that COVID was the first disease X, right? Because they don't know what it is. They just have an idea that there's a possibility for it. Okay, so that possibility is there, but it's there for a couple of different viruses. They just have names, right? So when they don't know what it is, it's disease X until they give it a name, and then it just stays with that name. But there's other viruses that they have on the short list that they've already named, right? So, COVID is on the short list now, but it's now just called COVID. It's no longer called Disease X. Disease X is there just in case, some other shit comes up that we don't know about and they got to do something with it. That's it. It's a naming convention, but the naming conventions are things that freak people the fuck out, right? That's what they freak the fuck out about. And that's why it's in the news right now, is because people in the UK are working on a new vaccine to predict a pandemic from unknown diseases, which sounds crazy, right? But what is it really that they're doing? The British scientists are coming together to basically create not like a panacea, but a base for a virus vaccination that can be rapidly adjusted to a new type of virus. Because as you remember, during the pandemic, we got introduced to a new type of vaccination, right? Everybody was always pretty straight on, we take some, pretty much dead cells of said virus, inject them into the person, and they build up an immunity or whatever. But during the pandemic, we had those mRNA shots that everybody was getting. So what they're saying, at least from what I'm reading into this, is that, number one, they're trying to come up with a new mRNA shot that's going to be more versatile to the point where it's almost like a base. So it's like, this is the base of what needs to be in a vaccination, and then we can take this base and then figure out what little parts we need to add to it for specific viruses. Because remember, the technology is still relatively new, and the stuff that they were, going out with during the pandemic was, basically beta testing and whatnot. But eventually, it seems like that delivery method is versatile. So it's a lot of different individuals, British scientists, so on and so forth, that are coming together to basically understand this new form of technology, or biotechnology, as it were, and how they can use it to better be prepared for future X disease that may appear. This isn't like a disease that's targeting Gen X. It's not a disease or anything like that. It's just a naming convention. And I mean, sure, people are going to be bringing it in, but, they already told us what the biggest threats are. COVID-19, Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, Ebola virus, and the Marburg disease virus, Lassa fever, Middle East respiratory syndrome, aka MERS-CoV, Nipah and hyperparvial diseases, Rift Valley fever, Zika, and an as of yet unknown disease X, which is, how can you know what disease X is? Well, you don't know. You can only try to find it, right? You can only try to do as much research as you possibly can, because they know that it's going to be one of these things probably, but then again, it could be a mixture of those things. We don't know. Viruses evolve, it could be something that's kind of like Zika and Lassa fever mixed together, or it could be something completely different that they've never even encountered before. That's what it's about. That's why they're getting it together. I know that the talking heads are going to take this type of information and immediately start spinning fucking crazy conspiracy theories like, oh, they're coming up with the next pandemic right now. They're making it in the lab. Oh, they're going to kill Gen Z. They're going to kill Gen X. We're all dead. But I am not personally going to go that far on it, because literally there's no reason to do it. This shit happens every year. There's literally people in the United States right now working on this very thing, because we don't know. All they know is that they believe that the next viruses that's going to come after us is going to be some type of zoonotic transmission, meaning animal to human transmission of bacteria or virus, which is very rare, but they do believe that they've identified, some things that have the capability of evolving themselves to get to humans in the same way that COVID did. Because, apparently that shit came from a bat or a pangolin or something like that. I don't remember. Whatever. It doesn't matter. What it does matter, though, is that, fucking Stan Marsh needs to stop having sex with animals. You're welcome for the South Park rest of it. It's because I hardly fucking watch it. Unless somebody, makes me. So think about that. That's where we're going with Disease X. And, I mean, it's not anything different, right? And literally, the first thing that they've been talking about is H5N1 bird strain took off in humans. Biggest outbreak of avian influenza currently sweeping the world. So this is what they're trying to account for. They're trying to research and find the next big threat and have something together before it happens. That's all that's happening here. They're not fucking data functioning or any of that shit, as far as we can tell right now from the amount of information out there. But it's why I wanted to talk about it today. I feel like it's going to be a big fucking thing that's going to be coming out for a while. And I mean, there's more information, like zoonotic viruses in 2018 that they were talking about would probably be the greatest risk, but it ended up being the disease X, or the pandemic that met the criteria of the first X disease that they couldn't fucking predict, that they had to do something about. And one thing to note is that during that announcement of the updated short list, they speculated that Disease X could be created intentionally as a biological weapon, right? And that's the one thing to point out for here, is that that's why this was created all the way back then, is that even in 2018, they was like, dude, we don't know what X disease is going to be, or Disease X is going to be. I mean, it could be something from nature, it could be something man-made, it could be a weapon. There's so many different aspects, so you have to have something in for every single possibility, and that's kind of what these people are doing. I mean, are they going to be able to do it? I don't think so. Nope. There was actually an exhibit in popular culture that talked about this. It was an exhibit at the Museum of London, literally titled Disease X, London's Next Pandemic. our next epidemic, and it actually hosted a scenery or a Centauri that talked about the Spanish flu and how, like, this is how you understand these types of things. So we understand that there are things out there that are happening. People are talking about them, but let's not get out of our own way here. Okay, let's not get crazy and start. Let's not get crazy and start spouting off on the conspiracies, guys. Like, don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. That's what it's all about. And that's pretty much it for you today. That's all I got for you today. That's all we got for you today. All we know is that, well, the news sucked. We're worried about the next pandemic. And, I mean, shit, they might arrest Trump here in the next couple of days. That's some fucking crazy shit, dog. They might silence Trump's speech and not let him talk anymore. That's crazy, man. Don't you guys love living in the United States of communism? Great. It is great. And you know what else is great? Ending the show. So thank you for being here. Make sure you guys go check us out on griftcast.com. You can follow all of our links, get our Discord, our Twitter, everything out. Very easy. You can always find us everywhere on there, and you can send donations if you want to. Either way, thanks to the folks that sent us a little bit of money today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much. See you later. Bye-bye now.